good, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to Five Nights at Freddy's Mysteries, the Shadow Animatronics. This was made by T Dreads, and you can find the link to this video down in the description below. So be sure to check there for that. This was suggested by Kaz, and yeah, there's a lot to really say about the Shadow Animatronics. So, if I remember correctly on the top of my head, when it comes to the Shadow Animatronics, there's only two, and that's Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie. The thing about the two, though, is that overall, they only appeared once in the top of my head. Well, technically, there was a design of a Shadow Bonnie in FNAF 3 when it came to a certain glitch area. So, yeah. Still leads to some questions, though. But at the same time, it makes you wonder what the heck's going on when it comes to this. And why are they at? What are they towards the lore? Because outside of FNAF 2, I don't really know of any other. Well, there's also the Shadow Freddy that appeared in FNAF 3, but I don't know for sure on the top of my head what that was supposed to be about, in all honesty. It's a weird one. I'm not gonna lie. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button to notify me when the video comes out. And let's see what this is all about.
I think that Shadow Freddy is Cassidy.
What the heck? FNAF Mysteries with T Dreads and Andrew is in the games. UG.
T Dreads.
The Shadow Animatronics. We got a lot of things to talk about with the Shadow Animatronics on today's episode of FNAF Mystery with T Dreads and Andrew is in the games. We'll start with the most basic questions, like always, get into the more complex ones. But for the time being, let's simply go over a basic fact about what they possibly could be. So obviously, you got Shadow Freddy, Shadow Bonnie. Those are the two we're mainly talking about today. But in other games, you have, what, like XOR, right? XOR,
yeah.
Yep.
Shadow Puppet.
And then
Shadow
are there
Mangle.
other ones? Shadow Puppet, that's right. Shadow Puppet, Shadow Mangle.
Isn't that from like
I'm not
AR
familiar with
something?
Shadow Mangle again. Where's that from?
I think it's from like Help Wanted or something.
We're mainly going to be focusing on Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie, because to be completely honest, those are the only ones we have anywhere near enough information about to make any, like, actual claims.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, even that is slim pickings.
Fair.
All right, so UG, why don't you tell me, are the Shadow Animatronics, in your opinion, spirits, agony creatures, or hallucinations? Don't say the exact identity yet, but which of those three do you think they are?
Can I throw a wrench in the works immediately?
Oh gosh. Okay. Whatever, UG. Go ahead.
I think that Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie, or RWQFFX, blah, 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 I think they are two different types of entities. I think one is a spirit, and one is an agony creature.
Actually, wait a minute. Wait, perhaps you could be redeemed. Honestly, I just kind of write like a list of questions before we film these, and I didn't even like consider like maybe the shadows are two different things. Yeah. even though now that I think about it, I'm like, wait, that kind of makes sense. So we'll get into that pretty soon. But actually, you know what? Frick it! Let's drop a banger right now. First and foremost, Shadow Freddy. You have my permission to tell us who it is.
The hell? Oh, okay. I think that Shadow Freddy is Cassidy.
What the hell?
Or Bite Victim, but we can talk about
it. All right. Okay. Okay, but tell us, give us the deets. Give us the deets.
Okay. So, this kind of relates to a few different things, right? A few different things that I've come to start thinking about the series or consider about the series. And I think if we've got all these really strong ties between the Bite Victim and Golden Freddy, or Fredbear, that it seems to keep beating us over the head with this idea, oh, Bite Victim, Big Bite, Fredbear. It makes sense for that whole fourth game to center around the Golden Freddy kid, right? It's his memories that we put together. It's got the happiest day with the other kids attending, whatever. But we've got this character of Cassidy, right? Some people don't even think she's real. Some people think she's a he. Some people think she's the Bite Victim. There's a lot of
The Truman Show.
Yeah, there's the Truman Show idea, which I'm making my video on right now.
God, who would come up with that? Fucking idiots.
God, imagine that. And that's not even a theory I necessarily 100% believe. But the idea that if Scott was going, okay, the fourth game, I'm going to be making that about the kid who gets bitten, and it's going to be Golden Freddy, and it's going to be all related to Golden Freddy, right? But then I've got these 5 other kids, and I have the other 4 lined up with the main characters, but, you know, that 5th kid always seemed to be Golden Freddy, right? But I kind of want to make this kid, the Bite Victim, this more important entity in the series. So I have this 5th kid. Oh, I've got that Shadow Freddy character, right? I've got that kind of creepy illusion thing that was crawling around in FNAF 2 and in Follow Me. So maybe that'd be a better fit for Shadow Freddy. Because honestly, I don't know if there was an idea for what Shadow Freddy was in FNAF 2 beyond this like creepy representation of maybe the Golden Freddy suit being used in like the DCI, or maybe just something in general with the purple guy and Golden Freddy, right? But if you have this idea of Cassidy being either influenced by or created by William, if we see that in like FNAF World, right? Where it's like you were created for one thing. If you think Cassidy might be that player, then William having created her and specifically tying her to the Bite Victim, her being a purple version of the Bite Victim kind of makes sense if he's the one that's sort of puppeteering Shadow Freddy around. And in Follow Me, he seems to have a bit of control over Shadow Freddy. Some people argue whether he does or not, but I think it looks like he's using Shadow Freddy to lure the other characters. So if he has control over Cassidy, who, by the way, the fifth kid in that minigame in Follow Me, the night where Shadow Freddy doesn't show up.
Yeah,
it's Cassidy. Okay, I'm understanding the logic here, but I don't know for sure. Like, how would he control Cassidy to begin with if she was Shadow Freddy?
No suit,
Has no suit. You know, people go, oh, it's Golden Freddy, but Shadow Freddy's the only other character we see in those minigames.
Yeah.
So that's my idea on
like,
Cassidy.
What you're saying is it's some sort of projection.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Kelsey's a projection.
Now, there is the counter to that, the kind of flip side of that theory, which would be that the Bite Victim is Shadow Freddy. And if you think that Scott was telling it a little more linearly, that he wasn't going back on himself and changing stuff or kind of filling in blanks in different areas, he might have gone, okay, well, I want to make this new game about a new kid, but the other 5 are already accounted for, right? And Charlie, obviously, and the puppet. But like this new kid, who can he be? Oh, he could be Shadow Freddy, because we don't know what Shadow Freddy is yet, so I can just make him Shadow Freddy, and that's why Nightmare is the last, opponent of the game. That's why it's called Shadow Freddy in the game files, is because, Bite Victim is Shadow Freddy. He's the Nightmare, right? But I don't really understand if Bite Victim is Shadow Freddy, what his role then becomes in like FNAF 2 and FNAF 3. I think it's a little less clear. I guess it could still be Afton is puppeting him around, but that doesn't really line up with the whole put you back together thing, at least for me.
All right, I think out of those two, I feel like Bite Victim for me would be the more appropriate one to be Nightmare, just because of some of the design choices Nightmare has. Mainly all of it being translucent aside from the mouth and teeth.
Mm-hmm. So like
that's
seeing
a
that,
you know,
like,
unless
skeleton.
Yeah, it's I think it's and of course, like if you want to talk about seeing the brain or the animatronic brain or whatever in his head, that applies more to the Bite Victim, unless of course like Truman Show Cassidy's true, in which case it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
But we can zoom in a little deeper on this topic now and discuss what exactly it still is then. Because I would think it would need to be still a manifestation of that person's agony or a manifestation of their spirit into reality. The idea that like Shadow Freddy itself is like another suit that the Bite Victim is possessing, I think is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
No, 100% no. It's definitely some sort of projection, or
because that leads to a whole lot of questions like, where did the suit came from? Why don't we see it in the games? Why is there no mentions of it? And so many other variables that you just can't really agree with it, in all honesty.
Or maybe the idea is if both Cassidy and Bite Victim, if Golden Duo is true that they're both in there, maybe depending on which character it could be, it might represent them controlling the suit, right? Like, we never see Golden Freddy walk around, but Shadow Freddy can walk around. Maybe the idea is when, you know, Cassidy or the Bite Victim or whoever is like at the front, they can move the suit physically and walk around in it. But when the other person is in control, they can only teleport because the suit's like... Because Bite Victim lost his frontal lobe and can't move and is paralyzed and all this kind of stuff. All the stuff that I said in my...
What if it's just... I don't know, them manifesting themselves just to show people a path or guide them or something like that? Maybe that's what the animatronics see when it comes to Golden Freddy wanting to show them something or something like that. Maybe it's like an astral projection that just guides them. I don't know.
God Victim video.
Yeah, that's true. It would be a good way to differentiate who's the one that's acting and doing the stuff. And on that level, it would make sense for the Bite Victim and the other spirit or whatever it is to both be in those last sections of FNAF 4. Because if they both are tied to the Golden Freddy suit, they would be together constantly. And so you got one of them coming to jump you one night, and the other...
Yeah, no, because you can't have both of them at the same time. One replaces the other.
No,
they don't coexist.
They're making sense.
They are the same suit.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why Nightmare Fredbear becomes Nightmare, is because it's the same. I know they're not real or whatever, they're nightmares, but as in the idea that Golden Freddy cannot exist while Shadow Freddy's around and vice versa.
So it's like when like Goku transforms into Super Saiyan and his hair changes color.
Yeah. Yeah. When Cassidy takes over, he goes all purple, and then he starts walking around.
Super Afton Blast.
Yes.
Nice. That's fun. How about we move from this nice current theory to a more niche pick, kid, as the kids say. But
kids love saying that.
A niche pick.
But game theory said that it was the multiple simultaneous spring lock failures.
Don't get me started.
Oh, I'm getting you started, YouTube. Why can't it be possible? Tell me, you Chad.
You know what? Thanks. You know what? I'll give it to Matt Pat. In FNAF 3, that was the best idea anyone could have had at the time, right? There's a spring lock failure at a sister location. There's these two things we don't know what they are. They look like suits. Oh, it's the Spring Bonnie and whatever. First of all, and I hate anything that comes up about Shadow Bonnie or RWQ. Anyone that's like, actually, it's not Toy Bonnie. I'm like, it's Toy Bonnie.
Yeah,
It looks
from what we've
identical
seen
to
from
Toy
FNAF
Bonnie.
2, it
And
has
yes,
to
the
be Toy Bonnie.
teeth are different, but it's just got that creepy ghost face. But the outline of the character is 150 million% Toy Bonnie. In FNAF 3, if Scott wanted to go back and change his mind and say, no, RWQ looks like Spring Bonnie, right? Like, he looks like how Springtrap looked before he got all withered and shit. Then he could have made the little toy that shows up on your desk, the little action figure, look like Spring Bonnie. But the fact that it shows up as a little toy on your desk is showing you that it's a toy. It's one of the toy animatronics. So,
Yeah.
Toy Bonnie has to look like Toy Bonnie for some reason. We don't know why. Was it when he was created?
Well,
Who knows?
well, it's back on the table now, don't you know? Because the end of O2s. Oh, yeah.
He's in the movie. But I've lost the thread on the question. I've gotten too heated. Oh, the Springlock failures.
Okay, so the language. Yeah, get into the language about it.
Yeah, so the Springlock failures, when MatPat said that, he was interpreting that dialogue to mean multiple simultaneous Springlock suit failures, right? He thought, oh, it says multiple simultaneous. So he thought, oh, there was two people in different suits, and they both went off at the same time, and it killed two different people, and they became the Shadow Animatronics. But the point of the line saying multiple simultaneous Springlock failures is to talk about individual Springlocks inside of one suit going off.
Yeah. Because
that would be a grievous injury, and it's a setup for what happens to Springtrap, right? It's like the Springlock suits were decommissioned because something so horrible happened. Multiple Springlocks went all off at the same time, and a person died or they were grievously injured. And it's setting up that when we see it happen to Purple Guy, we go, yeah, get him, because he's awful, you know? And it's supposed to be this like horrendous way to die. So it doesn't work for that reason. Second of all, Fredbear's Family Diner is not the sister location. I personally think that Freddy's comes after Fredbear's, after the big bite closes down Fredbear's, then Freddy's opens up. But even if they exist simultaneously, there's no way Fredbear's was existing all the way into 1985 when the MCI was happening. Like, it was still running for 2 years after that, and these classic suits that the Freddy's has, the two classic suits that it has, Fredbear and Spring Bonnie, where did they come from? Did Fredbear's just keep old other suits, or did it only give away two of its suits? It doesn't work on a few different levels, and that's not even going into the fact that sister location told us where the Springlock failure happened and what suit it happened in, and for some reason people still disagree. On night 4 in sister location, you're in a Springlock suit, and Baby says it came from her old pizzeria and that nobody ever used it because it was too dangerous. And people go, well, nobody never used it, it was too dangerous. But they wouldn't have made a Springlock suit for Babies after they already had banned them, right? So if Babies was open, it was the sister location. Somebody used it not the way it was meant to be used, so all the Springlocks went off and they died or whatever, and then nobody else used it for the reason it was made, because it was too dangerous. That was a really long rant, I apologize, but it's a particular topic that gets me heated.
Yeah, I can't blame them. There's just some topics that just really get to you, to the point that you just need to say what needs to be said and be very passionate about it. It happens to everyone. It usually happens a lot.
All right. In that case, we can pivot and delve a little deeper into Shadow Bonnie. Our first time addressing Shadow Bonnie, but attentive viewers will know it's not actually named Shadow Bonnie.
Yes,
it's
indeed.
RWQ FSFASXC.
RWQ?
There you go.
I cannot see any world. What? I cannot see a world where this is not just a keyboard mash. This cannot possibly be an acronym.
Oh no, it is. It's definitely a keyboard mash, because XOR is the same thing as well, right? Is it's.
Well, you'd be surprised. People sometimes I've seen people be like, it must mean something.
Yeah, no, someone pointed out that it's just the left hand of the keyboard. If you just like drum your left hand over your keyboard, it's RWQFSXAC.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right
They're
now.
all on the left-hand side. The only two that he missed were, or the three that he missed were D, E, and Z. So it's like, you know, but Shadow Bonnie, he's definitely an interesting case. This ties into what we were talking about, why I don't think he and Shadow Freddy are the same thing. And
dude, I guarantee you I'm thinking the same thing you are, but go ahead.
Because why doesn't Shadow Freddy have a like crazy jumbled letters name? All the other shadows have a crazy jumbled letter name.
UG. Oh.
If the idea was
give
like,
me some lovin'.
later I'll make sure to clarify that they're the same thing. Why wouldn't he be like, oh, this isn't Shadow Freddy, it's blah 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 blah, you know, and make it the right hand side of the keyboard or something? It's there.
Absolutely.
He is Shadow. He's the only Shadow Animatronic, because all the other ones are just XOR and RWQ. They're the like keyboard smash animatronics. Yes.
Oh my gosh, dude, UG, if I ever see you again, I'm gonna buy you a large American soda.
Okay, hell yeah. PG.
Bring your blood sugar all the way up to critical levels.
Let's go. In one of those like 2-liter jugs, just like insane.
From Subway.
Yeah.
Glug glug glug.
Refillable as well for some reason, in case I need more than that.
All right, so we got to find out where Shadow Bonnie might have possibly come from. Let's start with where I don't think either of them came from. Hot take incoming, the MCI.
Ooh, okay, yes.
Yes. Unless, I suppose you could make the argument that if Cassidy is Shadow Freddy, well then obviously it has to come after the MCI. But when I say the MCI, I'm talking about William goes, kills the 5 kids, and immediately one of them just like springs up as Shadow Freddy. I don't think that can be the case. I think Shadow Freddy has to be some sort of different kind of entity from like a kid possessing a suit, like a standalone suit.
Like we were saying, if Cassidy and Bite Victim possess the same suit, whichever one of them it might be, it would make sense that they would operate slightly differently, that there would be slightly different rules for Shadow Freddy, you know? But RWQ is a completely different kind of entity. Like in FNAF 3, in Happiest Day minigames, it can like go through all of the minigames. It can go through every one of those memories just by like glitching through reality itself. Yeah.
And we get a look at it in FNAF AR, and it's like tweaking.
Yes, yeah. And in FNAF AR, I think it's the only real thing, real in parentheses, but like, you know, or in quotes, like,
yeah, aren't all the animatronics like fabricated and like made like by as
that's
replicas?
What I mean. They're like deliveries that get sent to your house. They're special deliveries, but Shadow Bonnie is supposed to be the real Shadow Bonnie showing up to your house because you've ordered all this stuff and it's trying to stop you from getting Remnant or something. So we were talking about where it might have come from. I already brought up that I think it has to be Toy Bonnie. Like it looks like Toy Bonnie on purpose.
So
Holy
Circle Jerk podcast.
So I think it's got to come from 1987. We don't see it at any point before that, but we see it after that.
Okay, I'm alting.
Oh,
I think the reason it's a jumble of different letters is because it results as an entity from a jumble of different people suffering.
Whoa, okay.
I think that mofo is the DCI.
Okay, I'm on board.
What do you think about that? What do you think about this? Oh, you're on board? Okay.
So I'm on board in a sense, right? Because you said that he doesn't come from the MCI, right? No.
It does sound like that, does it?
It depends.
Shadow Freddy, I don't think.
Well, it depends on when you think the MCI might have happened.
Oh my god. Get out. Oh, you're so corny.
I'm just saying, depending on when that happened, he could be from the MCI as well. He's hanging around the MCI a lot in Happiest Day. You know, he's going through all these different like memories and stuff and helping them out, and he helps the Jeremy spirit go to Happiest Day. Like, he's part of Happiest Day. He's helping them out specifically. So he might have a strong tie to them for some reason or another. I'm trying to think of his other appearances other than in AR. He's in UCN, but like
he's in FNAF 3.
And then he's in UCN. he's gone up.
Yeah, he's not in 5. He's not in. Yeah, he pretty much just appears in 3.
He's not even in 4.
AR is pretty interesting that he's still around.
Yeah, it's weird because I was just about to say, like, maybe he served his purpose by putting together Happiest Day, right? Like, maybe after that there was no need for that entity to exist, or because of Happiest Day that entity doesn't exist anymore. But I'm also just like, I don't know, I'm a bit iffy on that if he's in AR, because then that's nothing to do with the MCI, that's just to do with Remnant.
Well, exactly. I don't think he's from the MCI.
Yeah, well, that's. I'm
I don't think he's a spirit either. I don't think he's a spirit either. I think it's literally like a mass of energy. I think it's a mass of energy.
I can get behind that because I like that idea in terms of it, like, sort of corrupting the world, and then it seems to be benevolent. We can talk about that as well, like whether Shadow Freddy or Shadow Bonnie are good or bad, right? But Shadow Bonnie seems to get rid of it.
Or sorry, to clarify a little before you get into that, because we're on the note of AR right now. I'm thinking, in tandem with Shadow Bonnie in that game, I'm looking at his character model right now in his gameplay, and I'll pull it onto the screen, whatever. It's there's literally like giant black clouds emanating off his body, and as something to do with that versus Shadow Bonnie minigame, there's a substance called Dark Remnant.
Right. Yes, of course. Yeah.
And so, to me, if you have 2 eyes, you should be like, wait a second.
Yeah, no, you're right. I forgot about Dark Remnant.
So some sort of dark, twisted version of ghost metal, possibly associated with this Shadow Bonnie. Well, that sounds like agony, Yuji.
That does. That's, yeah, I 100% agree. I think you're absolutely right. And what agony that might be. I think for this ease of discussion, let's say whatever the DCI was, as in the event that occurs in 1987 in FNAF 2, whatever you think that might be, creates Shadow Bonnie.
Yes, I think whatever... Well, you'll have to watch T-Dread's new video.
God damn it.
Gatekeeping. Yep, sorry, Eugene. Moving on. On the note of it not being a ghost, that would kind of explain why it doesn't appear in stuff like FNAF 4, but Shadow Freddy does. It's a more corporeal entity. And you even see that in the way they're designed. Shadow Freddy has like mass and depth to its lighting.
Yes.
Whereas Shadow Bonnie's just a void.
Yeah. He's literally just like Vanta Black.
Now, we're getting into questions that are only for the experts. You're not going to know about this unless you're a true FNAF consumer, just guzzling all the sludge from the franchise.
Hard to say,
in the famous, beloved Chica's Secret Party, we're introduced to the concept of 2 shadow figures that surround the protagonist of that story. Now, one of them you are supposed to follow. How interesting. And it mentions that one of them also cannot catch you or else.
Yeah.
So if one of them catches you, I'm going to assume that since the main character of Chica's Secret Party is Toy Chica powering up her life force, it's got to be an allegory for William Afton. Or do we agree on this?
I agree.
Yeah, okay. So, one of the Shadow Animatronics wants to beat his ass, but the other one does not really care. Because otherwise, if the other one cared, it wouldn't say one of them is going to hurt you. It would say, they're going to hurt you.
Yeah. The one that you can't get caught by, wants to kill him. And the other one seems to... Yeah, is it helping him by helping him figure out who's behind it? Because it says you will, if you follow the right one, it'll tell you who is behind the shadow, right?
Yes, if you follow one of the, it says you have to follow one of the shadows to discover who's behind the shadow. But I'm not sure if it's actually leading you around. You might just be sneakily following it.
Yeah, well then, because there's
That's what I mean.
two different.
This pokes a couple holes in what you said, which is that I would clearly assume the one you're following would be Shadow Freddy, but he would be the one that wants to kick your ass. So
No, if you're William, Shadow Freddy would be on your side.
So you think Shadow Bonnie wants to kick your ass?
Yeah, I think if William gets caught,
But he
by the
never
thing
jump
that was
scared. I
helping-
feel like it'd be the opposite.
No, because if no, you agree with me because you said the one you're following is Shadow Freddy. You said that, right?
Yeah. It doesn't say they're separate. It doesn't say they're separate. The one you're following and the one that wants to kill you, it doesn't specify.
No, it does. It says follow one to find out who's behind it, but don't follow the other one because the other one will kill you. That's what the or else
Wait, it says the other one, those words?
Well, like, how else would it work? How are you supposed to follow it and not follow it at the same time?
Well, like if it turns around, like Weeping Angel.
That's actually an interesting thing. The wording. Because the way they're acting and are basically saying and interpreting those words, it honestly sounds like there could be more than one way than we're thinking about when it comes to yeah, there might be more than one way of how that works. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Angels type bait?
No. You can only follow one of them. If you're going to survive, you have to follow one of them.
But if it's Cassidy, if Shadow Freddy is Cassidy,
Yeah,
why would they be
or
helping?
whatever. I don't know what that reference means, but I've heard people say that.
But he could just like manipulate her,
Yeah,
just do whatever.
he's using her to put his son back together.
But then we'd have to be finding out who's the person behind Shadow Bonnie.
No,
Which would
the
be the
one you
DCI
follow
son.
is the one you find out the secret about.
I'm gonna slime you using various styles.
In a stealthy game twist, there are two shadow figures sneaking through the party as well. Chica needs to follow one of the shadow figures to discover who the person is behind the shadow. When she finds herself toe-to-toe with a shadow figure, her best bet is to run and hide.
Aha, with a shadow.
Hang on. Beware. It's very important not to follow the wrong shadow figure, or else. So the one that you don't...
Bro, Shadow Bonnie doesn't even do shit to us, like, ever. That's stupid as hell.
No,
Shadow Bonnie never
words
hurts
on the
us.
page are saying that one of them you should follow and one of them you shouldn't.
I'm saying at least Shadow Freddy, like, will beat the shit out of you on various occasions. Oh, wait, Shadow Bonnie crashes our game, doesn't it? Or is that a myth?
Yeah. No, it does. That's the whole thing, is that he...
Fuck! Okay.
My completely No, but...
I'm sorry. What?
No, you
Why?
said
TD
the one
LARPs.
you should
TD
follow
LARPs.
is Shadow Freddy. Yes?
Yes, I agree with you on whether you want me to polish it too.
And the
Like,
other one will
God.
kill you. That's what the book says. So the one that you
Okay,
follow
so
is Shadow
maybe
Freddy. The other one
I
that
was
will kill you is
overthinking.
Shadow Bonnie. We've said the same thing back and forth for like 10
So
minutes.
our brain just
My bad.
explodes then if we follow Shadow Bonnie? Because I don't think it actually kills us like with like a punch.
Might
or
crash the
something.
game.
I'm assuming our brain just explodes. Yeah.
Might just crash the game. And I think it would be... Now, you could do an argument in reverse where you go, oh, well, maybe the idea is because William already knows who Shadow Freddy is, you're actually supposed to follow Shadow Bonnie. And that'll tell you who Shadow Bonnie is, and the Shadow Freddy will kill you for some other reason. Because, if you don't think that Shadow Freddy is working for William, and you think that the reason the kids follow Shadow Freddy to the safe room is because Shadow Freddy's like, he's in here, come get him, but they just can't go in, then following the wrong one.
That's what I would assume.
So this is where we're disagreeing, is
Because you think Shadow Freddy is the trap that Henry refers to.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
Because what else would he? William didn't do anything. And he's purple.
It could be the
purple, like
presence
William.
of the suit there. Could be the presence of the Spring Bonnie suit.
Why not just make it Golden Freddy? If it's supposed to be, oh, let's go get him, and on the fifth night you're Golden Freddy and you're gonna go get him. Why not just make a Golden Freddy teleporting around? Like, he's purple.
Yeah, because at that point
me.
he wouldn't have at that point he wouldn't have conceived of.
He wouldn't have conceived of, like, you know, the two spirits or
yeah,
whatever.
Two
but
kids
also,
yeah.
in FFPS, William says right before he kills Susie, the last words in Fruity Maze are "Follow me."
Oh, wait, that's true. I'm getting mogged this podcast. Oh man! All right,
I'm not trying to mog. I'm just trying to go through, like, because I'm remembering thing as I go. I forgot about that "Follow me" thing at the end of Fruity Maze. So
there's a lot to remember in this series.
Yeah, the familiar tricks that William talks about is presumably getting the kids to follow him into the back room. Now, does that mean that William was dressed up as Golden Freddy? I don't think so, because we never see the Golden Freddy suit in the safe room. If he had been dressing as Golden Freddy and he also had Spring Bonnie there, both suits would be present.
Notice how this falls under our theory that Cassidy's low-key, like, forced to be his minion for a while?
Yes, yeah.
Like the Cassidy crafting table type beat? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, if you think about
Minions, steal the moon!
Steal the moon! Like, if you think
Repair
about
my
it,
son!
If we had that idea of, like, oh, when William's in control, they turn purple and they're Shadow Freddy, right? Then you could go with this idea that the reason on night 5 that the fifth kid comes and goes into the room and spring locks him is because he stopped controlling Golden Freddy. He's, like, let go of the control. And so now the kid is free, and suddenly he's caught unaware, and he's like, oh shit, I didn't think the kid would come back and try and get me, you know?
I'm so confused by that, like, the control thing. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem likely. If it was Cassie, I find it a little hard to believe, considering how temperamental Cassidy seems to be throughout the franchise.
Or something to that effect, because people will say, well, why didn't it just kill him the first time he stopped controlling it or whatever? But, you know, I'm just saying it would make sense if that's why the fifth kid was freed up, is because he stopped controlling it somehow. And in all the books and stuff, he can control the robots, so don't tell me he can't do it.
That's important, and a lot of people know about that are super deep in the FNAF trenches, but they also know about another little detail. These Turbo FNAF super mega fans. The description for Shadow Freddy is "I will eat your soul" in FNAF world.
Oh,
and his jaw is broken. What does this? Oh, you seem to have had an epiphany, Yuji. Tell us what this.
I will
could
eat
mean.
your soul if when Shadow Freddy is in control, or William is in control of Shadow Freddy, you, like, as a spirit, you can't do anything, and it's only after Shadow Freddy goes away that the fifth kid can show up. Shadow Freddy is like eating...
it consumes like your energy to do its bidding or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Exactly. It's like it eats your soul, and you can't work or do anything when it's out, and then, you know, etc., etc. It has the broken jaw, so maybe bite victim, or it's just that it looks like Golden Freddy, and Golden Freddy has a broken jaw because it's Fredbear.
Yeah, that's true. I think it could be that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will eat your soul. Yeah, so it's almost like hijacking the agency of whatever else is in there. It's a
Yes, that's interesting, and that's like we were saying.
Let me look up what its moves are again. I'm pretty sure all its moves are insta kills, if I remember correctly.
Actually, funnily enough, in FNAF 2, Shadow Freddy can't do anything. He can't kill you. He's just on the cameras. So actually, Shadow.
No,
Bonnie
I don't.
does more.
I accidentally opened Gemini. Go away. Here we go. He only deals insta kill moves. Unscrew has a 30% chance to kill one enemy. Water Hose kills all enemies under 30% health. And Escape Key has a chance to kill whoever's on screen. So interestingly, it just instantly wipes out whatever it runs into.
You know the way Shadow Freddy is in FNAF 3 in the office?
Yeah.
Could it be an idea that after William gets spring locked and all the kids are sort of scattered about, that because William is now connected to the spirit world, right, more so than he had been when he was alive, or he's kind of alive or whatever, you know, but he's now got remnant of his own. Could it be that the reason Shadow Freddy is in FNAF 3 and not Golden Freddy is because William has the greatest amount of control over the spirits as Springtrap, and he's able to suppress Golden Freddy as Springtrap. And that's why Golden Freddy's not in the rest of the series, is because Scraptrap's always around.
Interestingly, that would kind of follow the idea presented in the Man in Room 1280, where it's kind of attached to him.
Yes, yeah, they're both
like they're directly they're directly linked. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not literally.
Oh, that's so weird. You can think of it as like it has like a psychic chain, or he has a psychic chain on the spirit.
Oh, a chain, you say? Like in FNAF 6
in
the alleyway?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't even thinking. I was thinking something totally different. So, ready for this?
AR.
Yes. Wrapped in chains. Oh, dude, Yuji. Every time we do this, we cook. That's
Let's go.
But the weird thing about that though is that's Elizabeth holding the chain on the.
That is Elizabeth holding the chain, and that's on what presumably represents Molten Freddy.
Yeah, I thought it was gold.
But if
you just mean it's every character in that game?
Baby.
I mean, William controls Elizabeth, so I mean, yeah, by proxy.
Yeah. She's his.
No, I think the drowned Golden Freddy being like wrapped in chains is way better.
That is really cool.
So he's got some way of like just tightening his grip on the animatronic and
two locks on the box. Some things are best left forgotten for now.
That's wild.
Golden Freddy's in the box.
Let me go see if there's any other instances of chain imagery.
Oh, wait. Oh my god, we're so dumb.
What?
What does Golden Freddy do to William when he's dead?
He chains him.
He keeps him locked in like an infinite spiral. This is how it feels. Now you get to experience it over and over and over again.
You're saying UCN is the box?
No. I'm just saying that UCN is Golden Freddy getting revenge for what William did to Golden Freddy. William kept the Golden Freddy spirit like locked up, quote unquote, after he was spring locked for years, and then finally when William died, Golden Freddy flipped the script and was like, I'm gonna keep you in a hell now. I'm gonna keep you locked up. This is how it feels. That's why they're so vengeful, is because he had them like, spiritually chained for decades.
I thought it was because, I mean, yeah, I can get that, but I honestly thought the hatred came from William brutalizing her, brutally killing Cassidy in a way that just stuck to her and made her filled with anger and hatred, then was put into Golden Freddy, who couldn't move a muscle and probably locked up the suit because it just looked and was irrelevant at the time, making it like a double or triple hell or something like that. And the thing about Shadow Freddy...
that's a pretty good idea. I'll cut around it. I'm trying to find more instances of this right now. So Great Escape Golden Freddy has a bunch of chains on it, 2 weights around its ankles, and a bunch of locks on its body.
Yes. I'm just imagining us being like, I can't think of any other chain stuff. It's all right. We'll think of something. And then like posting the video and people are like, you forgot Cheney. He's like the main character of the 7th game.
Oh, it'll happen.
How did I forget him? I don't think there's anything in Secret of the Mimic about chains. I mean, just the idea though of Shadow Freddy representing William having like control over the spirit, and that being the only version that shows up in FNAF 3 is interesting. And then in the start of FNAF 6, it's Shadow Freddy, or it's some version of Shadow Freddy that's like, wandering around in the 8-bit minigame when you're trying to pass pizza to the kids. It's really interesting if the fact that William running the Didophobia nightmare experiments, that the final boss of that game would be Golden Freddy under his control. Right, like the ultimate...
You want to know what interesting thing that might play into that? If you look at what you see in Didophobia, actually, better example. Look what you see in FNAF 4 and assume the plush is William. It is literally conditioning you to trust and listen to it for like a week.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if the purpose of those experiments is to create a spirit that is inherently obedient.
Yeah. I'm Cassidy Chambers. Cassidy
Yeah,
Experiment.
that's what I'm saying. The Truman Show.
Does he still
bro.
talk
It's
to
coming.
you?
Wait, oh, that's yeah, you're right. Wait. Yeah. Oh, that's so neat. Yeah, if it's like a voice, a very compelling voice in her head.
Yeah, just like FNAF World, you know, there is a task for you to complete. Find the clocks.
Yeah, it's literally just a voice in her head. Wow.
And it's a glitchy Fredbear.
I'm trying to think if there's any references in. Oh my God.
Are we done? Did we forget?
Isn't it revealed in Frights that not only are Jake and Andrew there, but Afton's hitchhiking?
Yeah, he's literally hitchhiking, yeah. He's been invested so deeply that he's like hanging on.
Oh. Well.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I wonder if it's literally, they are literally like linked.
Yeah, so Shadow Freddy is Golden Freddy plus William.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
yeah, that's insane. Yeah. Wow.
So
I am your wickedness.
Yeah, made of flesh.
Literally.
Oh my God, yeah.
Literally. Yeah, it's just literally.
Dumb.
All right, I'm here now. I'm evil now.
I'm you. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I am evil.
Yeah. Okay.
No wonder it just fucking quotes everything he says.
Wait.
It's all stuff he's listen. Okay? You will not be spared, you will not be saved. That's a line from Afton and AR. I am your wickedness made of flesh. That's not one. I'm here to claim what's left of you. That's a line from Afton in AR. The two I'm most curious about. The shadow fears me, and I will vomit you back to relive your horror.
So
the shadow fears me, I could see as him talking about the thing I have just consumed. The thing I'm taking over. They are scared of me.
Yeah.
But you can say what you think that means. But
So,
3 of his lines are literally Afton's lines. I'm done. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess you could say William is quoting him, which would show you that it's like the two of them are linked in their dialogue. So in my Cassidy video, and I think it might actually be the segment that you're on, we talk about this line, "The shadow fears me," where basically it's like, oh, if Shadow Freddy is Cassidy, for example, right? Then Nightmare is Nightmare Shadow Freddy. It's not literally Shadow Freddy. It's just that in the same way that Nightmare Freddy isn't Freddy or Nightmare Bonnie isn't Bonnie, they are nightmarish versions of those characters. Nightmare would be the nightmarish version of Cassidy. So when he says the shadow fears me, he means the real Shadow Freddy, Cassidy, fears me, the nightmarish version of them, right? It would be the same as if, you know, Freddy was Nightmare Freddy was there and he went like, Gabriel fears me, you know, that kind of idea.
That makes sense.
And that works. And I think that's totally fine because there's also questions of like how real the nightmares are. But if Nightmare is the nightmarish version of Shadow Freddy and Shadow Freddy is a blend of William and Golden Freddy and William like taking over Golden Freddy, then Nightmare being his wickedness made of flesh makes sense.
In the Silver Eyes, I'm pretty sure Shadow Freddy legitimately leads all the gang underground to where William is as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I do remember them getting picked up by Shadow Freddy somewhere in like the woods, and they follow it, and they're like, "That's not Freddy," and then and
they end up where William is.
Oh, for our idea of Shadow Freddy like eating the soul, I'm here to claim what is left of you. This idea that he like devours the soul of whatever it is that it's being inhabited. I'm here to claim what is left of you.
Yeah, like he's using them as a battery. He's using them as a battery. Which could be one of the reasons why the mobility function of Golden Freddy is so weak.
So in this case, this kind of like idea we're circling, is William actively aware of Shadow Freddy? Is he going, now go my minion and collect the MCI and bring them to me so I may dismantle them and follow me?
I would assume that would have to be the case, yeah.
Right, he'd have to be, pulling the strings intentionally. Yeah, so then the Shadow fears me gets a little weird, because if it's William is Shadow Freddy, essentially, plus another spirit, or it's William's will enacted on another spirit. So are we saying Shadow Freddy is literally William and his like agony, whatever energy, or are we saying it's another kid that he's like telling what to do?
I think it would be enacting his will to such a strong, powerful degree that they cannot resist.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I like that a lot for Nightmare, and for William.
Nightmare Ione has weird lines too, though. Like, I am the fearful reflection of what you have created. Let's taste death again and again and again. This time, death cannot save you. Yeah, weird. That one's harder. I think the line, I'm your wickedness made flesh, that works pretty good.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it's literally his evil manifesting inside of that suit.
Yes.
Which, that adds a whole new meaning to, we had a spare suit in the back, someone used it.
Somebody used it. No, we didn't.
So, Golden Freddy, what if Golden Freddy is, now I'm getting into super crack territory. What if Golden Freddy in Save Them is so mad because Afton straight, like, JoJo standed it, and it went around and killed everyone.
That's why.
And that's why it's so mad.
That's why
he controlled it using his Shadow Freddy stando power.
That's why William isn't in a suit in Save Them.
And Save Them. Yeah,
I've
because he
always
literally
wondered,
used stand power.
Yeah. I've always wondered.
No.
Why Scott
And
didn't
we see
just-
Shadow Freddy in FNAF 2.
That's what I'm saying. And he looks like that purple guy sprite because he got the 2 white eyes and the big glowing teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks like that. Like
someone used the suit. Which means Shadow Freddy, Midnight Motorist, it could literally be William sending the suit out there to do whatever he wants.
Oh my God.
It's we are Stan Theory. Holy Stan Theory. Actually, Stan Theory is not a good name. We got to come up with a name for it. The idea that it's literally
people call it Shadow Stand. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah, but that's a separate thing. That's the idea that he projects it himself. We're saying it's taking over Golden Freddy. We got to think of something for this.
Yeah, mind control.
Shadow Horcrux.
Shadow.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow
Step. Shadow Realm. Shadow Control. Shadow Direct. Something like that.
Shadow Puppet.
Shadow Puppet, no.
If you think about it.
I mean, it's a good name. It's just not going to make people think what you're talking about. It's what you're talking about.
The greatest theory namer, Tidris.
I'm thinking about it. Now I understand what there's.
Shadow Puppeteer?
Oh, why don't we just do Shadow Chain? Shadow Chain.
Oh.
That's nice,
yes.
actually.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow Chain is good.
Dude, every time we do this, every single time we do one of these, we come up with a new theory.
So what's up with Shadow Bonnie then?
That adds another interesting element to it, because that would mean that it was created by what Shadow Freddy did.
Oh my god!
So the actions of this creature produces another one.
Wait, that's actually kind of crazy if you think about it in terms of like, okay, this is gonna sound really dumb for a second, but stick with me. In terms of like power scaling, if you like take Agony plus Agony Shadow Chain plus 5 murders, and you put all those together, because it was done by something that's already being controlled by Agony, it like multiplies the Agony and makes a new thing. That's why it's worse, is because it wasn't just a guy who did it, it was a guy who was already enacting his will on something that
Shadow Bonnie's like dangerous, that your brain will just explode, like if you
Yes, like that's what I mean. It can do anything.
and it can phase through reality and presumably like time even.
Yeah, maybe like it shows up where it wants, when it wants, like how it wants. It's in the FNAF 2 movie for some reason, but that's like, I think
there you go.
Easter egg.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He literally created a multi-dimensional god.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, so the use of Shadow Freddy is what creates Shadow Bonnie. Yeah, and it shows up as a little action figure on your desk in FNAF 3.
Yeah.
It quite literally like breaks space-time, yeah.
So then why it's good, presumably, because it wants to help the kids. I guess it kills Jeremy, but we don't even know what crashing the game means, right? Like, we don't even know what. I don't know.
I would assume it's good because it just stems from Afton controlling something. I don't think Afton has the power to control it too, under this theory.
Now, here's
I think it's beyond. I think it's beyond him.
I agree. Taking a slight detour into a little bit more like meta storytelling ideas for Shadow Bonnie, at least in the context of FNAF 2. I think there's something interesting to look at when you look at FNAF 1, and Golden Freddy is treated like this thing that shouldn't be in the game. It's almost like it's so haunted and ghostly and weird that it's like your game is broken, right? The only way Golden Freddy shows up is if the game glitches. It shouldn't do that, right? And that's why its jump scare is so weird, and that's why it crashes the game, and that's why it doesn't have like an AI level. It just can occur. And then in FNAF 2, Scott was like, oh, well, I better make Golden Freddy kind of more grounded, right? It's a character, it's got a name, it's got an AI level, it shows up on, every night 6, it will be there. And so then he's kind of got this gap that he wants to fill with a crazy glitch character, right? So he goes, well, what if it's like the game itself is glitching, and that's why it looks like Toy Bonnie, because it's like the sprite that Toy Bonnie is like broken. It's like that's why it's all Vanta Black, is it's just like the model of Toy Bonnie has broken and shown up in your office, and that's why it crashes your game like Golden Freddy does, is he was refilling that role that had sort of been lost when Golden Freddy became a character rather than a weird glitch. So maybe there isn't necessarily an in-universe explanation. Maybe it's not, oh, it's an agony creature. It's just a thing that occurs because the entire universe takes place inside of a game. And the reason it can go between those levels, it's kind of like, you can see it, the building blocks for something like FNAF World, where it's like, wait, am I a character in Five Nights at Freddy's, or am I like a joke that's fighting Scott Cawthon? And the answer is both. So Shadow Bonnie can be a glitch in the game who also can help the main characters do something. So it might not need a full explanation on Shadow Bonnie. It's just that it is existing as a glitch in the universe. Yeah. And he looks like that because he comes from FNAF 2.
Indeed. All right, chat, we're gonna get going, but I'd like to know what you guys think about our shadow chain theory. Go ahead and
in all honesty, I'm still confused how William would be able to do such a thing. It just seems, I don't know, hard. Maybe if you like wore Golden Freddy and somehow his spirit managed to. Oh no, that doesn't make sense. I'm just trying to wrap my head around what they said. And I have been for a bit. Like, I've been trying to piece it all together, and it just can't wrap my head around it. But it does confirm one thing. The Shadow Animatronics are one of the hardest, biggest mysteries up to date. They are not normal animatronic-like beings. They are something more that just is complicated and hard to understand as a big picture. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification button to be notified immediately when a video comes out. Honestly, I like to say that it was mainly the crying child. As in, the crying child seeing all the stuff William did made a Shadow Freddy form, which is basically his own essence, since technically Um, he's still in the Afton, so and William and Michael, when they are shown as sprite characters, they're they're purple. So and uh, Shadow Freddy is kind of a while a Shadow is kind of purple to me, but that's the way I kind of see him. So and when I think of it, the sprite from the games, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking when it comes down to it. It to me, I think it's his essence that he uses to help with the children in FNAF 3. But if uh, Shadow Freddy and Nightmare are connected in some way or form, and this is around the time um, that they just like got it and all that. Oh wait, no, technically, mm, like I said, this is a complicated one to say the least, especially when you try to connect Shadow Freddy to Nightmare, because yeah, because of the fact that it there is still the debate of the Nightmare animatronics not being real and just being illusions, or yeah, you get the point. So it's hard to really say, and if it is, then it could just be a manifestation of Dave Afton's darkest emotions brought forth. But that doesn't really explain Shadow Bonnie. The weird thing about Shadow Bonnie is that it looks like Toy Bonnie, but that's it. Like, that's generally it. Really confusing thing. So tell me your thoughts on the Shadow animatronics. What's your theories about them? And do you agree with them on this theory that they have, the Shadow Chain theory? It's still a good name. In all honesty, it's a really good name. So yeah, with this all said, hope you all enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be sure to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.